Hello. Hello. Oh, I got some people joining in. Hello. I thought I'd just do a super quick live. Hey, gorgeous girl, to you too. Yeah, I just thought I'd do a super quick live and then I'll answer all your awesome questions because we've had some really cool questions come through. Oh, don't worry at all. Thank you for having me. Thank you for asking. It's nice to do. Hello, who we got? We've got a few. Aussie Musical, Georgia Harris, amazing. I'm on my second coffee of the day because I'm a bit of a coffee addict. So, and if you can hear a noise in the background, I've put a wash on. So, sorry if you can hear a washing machine going. Right then, how are we all doing? How are we? We all right? Hello. It's not too bad weather here. We've got like a little bit of sun, but not much. So that's why I'm putting a washing out. That's what life has come to. All right, just woke up. I'm not gonna lie. What time? I woke up about 9:30 and then I put the thing on and then I've just got ready. And because it's a nice day outside, I was feeling some red lipstick, so enjoy. How are we all doing in like this sort of like part lockdown that we're in now? It's almost, I don't know, it's starting to shift, although I don't know where you are in the world. That washing machine is so loud, sorry. Yeah, we've started, if you're in England, oh, someone from, you're just about to head to bed. Oh no, what time is it? Are you in Australia? That is so crazy. It's like 11:30 here. Oh, thank you. I'm from the US, so I got nothing. Oh, yeah, we've started to sort of like come out of lockdown a little, like in sort of phases, but it's all a bit crazy. I don't know about you, but I just feel a bit weird going out, if you know what I mean. It's all very unusual, so. Oh, you're from Scotland! Yay! So I'm actually half Scottish. My mum's Scottish, and most of my family are up in Scotland. Whereabouts in Scotland are you from? My family are from Hamilton. Hamilton, just next to Glasgow. Australian, it's currently 8:34 p.m. And in your state, we're pretty much out of lockdown. Yay! It's starting to return to normal, but it's kind of a strange normal, isn't it? So yeah. Oh, you're from Czech Republic. I love it. I love it when you like meet people from all over the world and get to speak. It's really fun. You're like half an hour away from Hamilton. Yay! It was so. Did you want to know something funny? When Hamilton the musical came out, my family thought it was a musical about them from Hamilton in Scotland. I was like, no. Blessed we caught in socks. So yeah, no, I go up to Scotland quite a lot. Obviously not at the minute during lockdown. But yeah, and you're from Barry Island in Wales. What's the lockdown over there like? Slightly different to the old England. Yeah, I know, I was dead as well. They were like, what's that musical, Hamilton? Is that a bit odd? I was like, no. Yeah, so your state in the US is strict as, oh no, I'm sorry. It is so hard, it really is. And even when it starts easing, like it almost feels like your world around you isn't returning to normal. It's just a really bizarre feeling. But hopefully things will start to slowly ease in. But obviously healthy, like, you know, health is like the most important thing. So fingers crossed. Do you have a daily routine that keeps you sane? That is a good question. Oh, just quickly, the lockdown's a bit more relaxed because we barely have any cases. You are lucky. I'm just next to, so I'm from the Midlands, and Leicester in the UK, I don't know if anyone knows it, it's sort of in the Midlands. Leicester actually went into another lockdown, and we are literally right next to it, and there were like talk, I'm from Nuneaton, there was talk of Nuneaton going into lockdown again, and I was like, we've only just got out. But from New England, my side of Wales is boring too. Hi Lucy. Back to any routine that's keeping me sane. Honestly, no. I did try sort of, like I've been motivating myself and sort of like finding things to do and putting things in my diary, but I wouldn't necessarily say like a routine, so to speak. It kind of changes all the time. So yeah, like it's a bit of a bizarre one. I don't know if like people know this about me, but so I was like a young carer growing up and helped look after my dad. So for lockdown, I'm actually back at my mum and dad's to help my mum look after my dad. So I think a lot of like my routine sort of revolves around that, so to speak. So yeah, just sort of helping out and trying to sing as much as possible, trying to keep in touch. Obviously I love writing as well, so there's a fly, did you see that? So yeah, just sort of like, you know, trying to stay in touch with the creative side, because I think that's really important, because it's been taken away from us, you know, breaking my heart. I'm missing the industry. So yeah, it's just trying to motivate yourself to stay creative, but it can be quite hard because you know, you're not in the environment that you're used to, trying to stay at home and, you know, do all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it's difficult. We've got some Scotland's going slow but doing well. I love it. I can't wait to see my pals. So yeah, this is like off from my all my family. They've said that it is like really slow. So you are going a little bit slower than us, but hopefully, but obviously you guys haven't had many cases. You know, Nicola Sturgeon is, she's kind of on it, isn't she? So fingers crossed things start to ease soon. Yes, for Scotland. What was the audition process like? It was, there's this fly, this just won't leave me alone. The audition process was very hard. It's, you know, it's a lot of rounds, and yeah, it was a tough It was a tough audition process, but it was also the funnest audition process I have ever done. And they're so you know, about you being yourself and feeling comfortable, which I think, you know, in an audition scenario, that's usually really hard to sort of like be yourself. You always walk into a room and think, right, I need to be this, or I need to do this, and I'm trying to impress these people. And, you know, the Pearsons, who are the casting directors, as well as the creative team, they are so, you know, they're so welcoming and so encouraging and so supportive. They just want to bring the best out in you, and they make it such a fun process. And it really feels like such female empowerment in the room, because you're watching each other's auditions, so you're in the room, and you get to like support each other, and I suppose it's creating that vibe of like what Six is about, empowering each other, and you know, so it's a really fun process. Right, I'm going back up. What have I missed? So you're a young carer too. I'm sorry for whatever the situation is at home. I know it can be super hard, and especially during lockdown, you know, you've not got much escape from it and stuff, so I'm sending you all the love, and I hope that everyone's okay, that, you know, whoever you're looking after, yeah, sending love. So you're going back to coaching on Monday, so excited, bit back to normality, amazing, hopefully that'll be good. I was meant to do my GCSEs this year, so fingers crossed. I'm sure you'll do okay. I think they're taking sort of like, what was it, like your mock exam results, is that right? I'm not too sure, but it's just such a crazy time, like, especially, you know, like you say, for you guys that were doing your GCSEs and ready to take on the world and stuff, and it's kind of been brought to a halt, so I'm very sorry, but fingers crossed you do well. I'm sure you will. What was your biggest fear before your first performance? Everything. No, I think biggest fear, I suppose it's probably like forgetting something or not doing something quite right. Yeah, just making sure that you know everything. It's such a huge show to tackle, and it can be quite overwhelming. And obviously I was just threw onto the ship, and didn't get that much rehearsal time, so you sort of like, it was a bit scary. So yeah, I was very nervous, especially when we stand behind the curtain and the music starts and then the curtain opens. My heart was literally, I felt like it was out in the audience somewhere. It had like beat out my chest. So it was very, very scary. Right, what else have we got? Okay, but flies are scary. Yeah, there's this, it's gone now, but it was just kept flying around me. You must be so tough to go through that difficult audition process to be picked. Yeah, it was I think like a huge accolade, because they do like sort of cuts as well, like during the half of the day, and you'll be like out in the room, all of you sitting, and they come out to read a list as to who's got through to the next round, and and your heart, like, and you'd see the girls that didn't make it to the next round, and it's really tough. So yeah, it was nice to get through, definitely. Exam results come on the 4th of August. That feels like ages away. You'll be fine. Were the costumes on stage hot? Yes, they are the hottest thing I've ever worn in my life. I think it was just like, because obviously you've got quite a few layers. You've got your tights, you've got like, we had on the ship, like, so we had these pants underneath the sparkly pants as well, and that was the pants that had your mic pack on, and then the pants over the top and the skirt, which is super hot, and obviously the top is long sleeve, the one that I had on, as well as the top over the top. Oh wait, it was a leotard, so it was like a full leotard which was just sweaty. I remember taking it off and the sweat was something else. So they were very, very hot, especially under the lights, but it's so worth it because they look amazing. So I feel like you just sort of get on with it. Do you have a favourite costume? Ooh, that is a really good question. See, I do. I absolutely love the teal Howard. Like, teal would be my favourite colour, I think. But also, like, obviously with my red lipstick, I love red, and I love Cleve's costume, especially the new Broadway boots. Oh my god, they are amazing. So I think Cleve's red with the Broadway boots would be my favourite costume. Yeah. Look after your mum, she's doing okay. I'm glad she's doing okay, but I can completely understand, like, when you're caring for someone, and especially in this lockdown and confinement, it can be a lot of pressure. So be kind to yourself, make sure you're doing things for yourself as well as other people. So yeah. Favourite part of doing a show like Six on a cruise ship? Ooh. Favourite part? I don't know what the... I would say what was actually really nice about doing it on a cruise ship is that you get to sort of see the guests after. I mean, I suppose you do that with the West End tour anyway when you come out to stage door and stuff, but like, you know, you've done your performance on Monday, say, and say for example on Wednesday you go out for a meal or something, and the guests are having a meal next to you and they're like, are you the girls from Six? And we're like, yeah. So you're always, no matter where you go on the ship, like, you are pretty much recognised quite a lot. So it's nice, and you really get to like properly mingle with the guests and stuff, which is really nice. Hello. Have you ever forgotten your lines? Or I don't think I did in the show. Definitely in rehearsals. And in like other shows, it always happens. You'll be like, and sometimes when things just become like habitual, you sort of forget certain things, and then you'll be like, oh wait, that's me. That should have been me. Favourite onstage mishap? The only one that happened when I was on was Cleves's collar coming off, and she just sort of like kicked it off stage, and it was really cool actually. But one of the shows that I wasn't in was when someone put a Chucky doll in the audience, right at the front, and yeah, it was quite funny seeing the girls' reaction when they noticed the Chucky doll, and we're trying to hold it in. It was very funny. Hello. Advice for auditions. Be yourself. I think, you know, for each, maybe if you're going into different shows, different casting directors, different teams, you always think, oh, I need to fit this mould, I need to be this, I need to do this, and obviously there's a certain element of that. Like, you know, if you're going for a rock show, you're obviously not going to go in like classical, this sort of thing. You're going to try and maybe be a bit rocky and edgy, but it's just a different version of you. Always be yourself, and always, you know, be kind to the panelists, to your pianist, you know, like always thank your pianist. And even like when you turn up to an audition, even the people that like sign you in, you know, be kind to like everyone, because, you know, they're all part of the team and they will feed back if you're being a bit of a diva maybe behind the doors. But yeah, like just always be yourself and trust that, you know, what you bring is worthy, and even if it's not right for that particular role, that it'll be right for something in the end. I always thought, because I'm quite a difficult casting, and I have struggled with, that flies back. I always sort of struggle with certain casting sort of things. I think I'm a bit weird and quirky, I don't know. So what was really nice is like actually feeling like I could just be that weird and quirky self with Six. Like they really want you to just be yourself, and yeah, so always be yourself. I said that about 5 million times, didn't I? Can you say hello? Is it Taya? I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong, but hello Taya. Hello. Were there programmes for the cast to sign? No, not on the ship. You didn't have programmes, but we would have people come up with like random bits of paper to sign. Yeah, we didn't have a programme. What we had was, like, before you went into the theatre, there were like big screens, and it would have like your headshot, like what queen you were playing, and a little description about you. So you'd get to know the cast that way. Every time I hear about the Chucky doll, it makes me laugh. It was so, I can't believe like someone would bring that to a show. It's so funny. Advice for stage fright. That's a really good question, because it is something that affects so many people. Like I've had it so much that nerves, it feels like it takes over you, and you're like, oh, I can't go on, I can't do it. I think surround yourself with people that will lift you up and will calm you down. A huge thing I like to do is sort of like a nice breathing exercise before I go on stage, just to sort of like ground me and get me ready, because when you get nervous, like I don't know if you know, but you breathe from like all the way like in your chest, and you're like trying to, you know, and you need to just make sure that you're centering yourself, you know, and trusting that, you know, you can do this. You have to tell yourself that. But yeah, surround yourself with people that are gonna make you feel good and help you calm down and believe in yourself. Oh, the Chucky doll. Hi. Haven't been drama school, but I've performed in places like Edinburgh Fringe. Will it be hard to get into musical theatre professionally without this? Absolutely not. I know people who haven't gone to drama school and have done really well. I think if you don't go to drama school, what I would do is, you know, obviously invest in things like headshots and a show reel if you can, get a couple of recordings. And then, you know, I mean, I remember years ago, this was before I went to drama school, I had a gap year. and I did it myself and got an agent myself. I got it's called Spotlight Contacts book. I don't know if they do it anymore, because realistically, you need to be on Spotlight, which is like the casting page, and in order to get on Spotlight you need to have a professional credit. But if you've done Edinburgh Fringe, you should be able to get a Spotlight page, and from that you can send and submit yourself to agents and try and get an agent and do it yourself. I don't know if any of you know, but for example, an amazing performer who's doing so well is Nicole Raquel Dennis. And she never went to drama school. She's actually with my agent. She was on The Voice, and she's been in Dear Evan Hansen. She's been in Waitress, and she's just about to be Effie White in the Tour of Dreamgirls. So it is definitely possible to get into musical theatre without drama school. Like I say, just, you know, try and get some material, some recordings of you, so you can sell yourself and your talents. If you could join any cast, which would it be? Oh, that's a good question. Obviously I think it's a huge dream to do West End. So I think like that would be a huge dream. But I also love touring. I love, you know, meeting people all over, you know. So I think it'd be really fun to do the UK tour cast and perform in loads of different places and meet loads of different people, because I think it's so important to have theatre accessible to everyone, because not everyone can get to London. I know when I was younger I certainly wouldn't have been able to go to the West End, and I think, you know, Six is a story that everyone should experience, so I'd love to be able to bring that to everyone and anyone. Yeah. What was it like performing with Amy Bridges in that one performance at Disney? It was the best thing ever. I cannot, like, when we were on stage, when we were rehearsing, we just kept looking at each other like with the biggest smiles on our faces, because we were like, is this actually happening? We're doing it together. I don't know if any of you know, but me and Amy Bridges, we were the original rehearsal swings for Bliss 1.0, and yeah, like we were like two peas in a pod in rehearsals. Absolutely loved each other, and it was so hard to say goodbye. So it was just really special to sort of end our Six journey together. It was amazing. We kept, like, you know, having little moments on stage together, and it was really special. So yeah. Where in the world would you like to cruise with Six? Hugs from Australia. Hugs back to you. Everywhere. I think everywhere around the world should you know, get to experience Six. So yeah, I'd love to go anywhere and everywhere, really. I just want to see the world. I love travelling and meeting lots of new people. And then you and Amy are an iconic duo. Ah, thank you. We really are, like, we're just a bit crazy together, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. So, you know, she's just a wonderful person. You know, and I was so happy when she, you know, was announced as Jane Seymour for Breakaway. She deserves it so much. So yeah. Right. And that, I think I'm going to end the live and answer all of the questions that you sent me, because I've got lots and lots to answer. But I just thought I'd do a little chit chat with you first. And yeah, so if you've got any more questions, send them over on the question box, and I will get answering. And yeah, hopefully we can have a little bit of a laugh today. Right, mwah! Big hugs and love to wherever you are in the world. Stay safe, and you know, have a lovely day, and I'll speak to you soon. Thanks for joining. Woo! Bye.